Ryken Knights back on the field, coming off the tough loss against DeMatha on their home turf last week, trying to reestablish that home field advantage, taking on Archbishop Carroll. First quarter, defensive end Casey Bernard was slinging QBs like rag dolls. He finished with a hat trick, 3 sacks in the ball game. Still in the first quarter, Ryken gets on the board first behind slick running from freshman tailback Rashard Jackson, 7-0 Knights. Moments later, Devin Montgomery burst through the hole for the touchdown, 14-0 Knights. More from Montgomery to come. Right before the half, Montgomery gives you the home run, speed, power, grace. Folks, this is poetry in motion. Ryken goes into the half up 21-0. In the second half, the Devin Montgomery show continues. Another touchdown run. That's 3 for the game if you're counting. Then he shows off the hands by catching the 2-point conversion as well. Knights cruising now, 29-8. Fourth quarter, freshman QB Winston Tabbs puts the nail in the coffin. They call him Mr. Tabbs. Ryken rolls 35-16. Afterwards, the players gave props to the home crowd.
They definitely have a big impact on what we do in the game. Man, can't do nothing without them. Ryken pride.
Coming back out here, honestly, after the DeMatha loss, I didn't know what, our fans were going to be like, but, they came out here and supported us. It made me feel good, it made the team feel good, and we just went out there and did our thing and, got our redemption.
That's been the theme of the week, is to try and come back and get back on the winning track. And I know that last week against DeMatha was a big game for us, and we came up short on it. And we had to get back on the winning track, and that was the goal for this week. We had to prepare for this just like we did any other game. We work hard in practice. We work hard, as a coaching staff when in our meetings on the weekends. And this was just like any other game, and it was an important game because the thing that you don't want to do is you don't want to get on a 2-game losing streak. So we had to come out and had to play hard and play well, and I thought that we did play well except for the last part of the second quarter. I thought we lost focus there, but we established that focus at the locker room at halftime, and then we came out and had a pretty good second half.
Ryken and DeMatha, the biggest game in school history. I mean, you can ask anybody at this school, whether it's a teacher who's been here for years or a student, freshman. It's the biggest game that's been here. And last weekend, I don't think there was an empty seat in the whole house. I mean, we sold out. This week, what happened was last week everybody got here and they had so much fun because the crowd was packed, and they said it was so much better, so they really set out to make it more fun and interesting each game.
Now, you heard from Ryan Bowles there. He's the senior quarterback leader of this football team. And while, yes, he's getting it done here on the field, he's also getting it done in the classroom. He's our student-athlete spotlight of the week.
Any coach, college, high school, whatever, will tell you, you got it, student-athlete, student comes first, and that's really true. And what it really boils down to is a lot of kids think like, oh, I got to have my grades good enough to get into the school that might offer me or whatever the case may be. But what they don't realize is if you have a 4.0 or something like that, as to where another kid has a 3.0, and then the school can offer you, rather than having to throw out a full scholarship on you, the school can throw a half academic, half athletic, which gives you an advantage over that other kid. And yeah, grades show you're smart, but at the same time it shows obedience and just your will to work. So that's why a lot of coaches look at that. When they see that, it shows, all right, well, if he can push through staying up till 11 or 12 o'clock at night to do homework, what is he going to do for my football team?
That's going to do it from here at St. Mary's Ryken. They improved to 2-1 on the season. Of course, we'll be back here several more times this season for our Game of the Week. You've been watching Southern Maryland Sports Journal with me, Travis Thomas, exclusively on MetroCast Channel 10.
Changing times brings changing needs. That's why, for your convenience, Booth's Heating and Air have extended their service hours to 10 hours a day, Monday through Saturday, at regular service rates. Through rigorous training classes and courteous business practices, Booth's technicians always go above and beyond to provide you with award-winning customer service that you can trust. Booth's Heating and Air, serving the Southern Maryland area since 1993.